is going to be a very interactive class given by Her Grace Preethi Vilasini Mataji. May I know who all have joined this morning?
This is Balavinda from college. This is authorized to see the Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Balvinda, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you so much for joining and giving a beautiful association. Thank you for reciting so beautifully. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Shivani Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you so much Mataji for joining and giving a beautiful association this morning. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Neetu from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna Neetu Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you Mataji for joining and giving a beautiful association this morning. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanavat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and the assembled devotees. This is Revati from Atlanta Mataji.
Hare Krishna Revati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you so much Mataji for joining and giving a beautiful association this morning. Hare Krishna.
You in charge, Manda?
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj and all the devotees. Thank you very much, Mataji. This is Kamadaki Dasi from Baltimore. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Komandaki Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you so much for joining and giving a beautiful association this morning. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada. This is Preethi Vilasini Devidasi from Atlanta.
Hare Krishna Preethi Vilasini Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you Mataji for joining, giving a beautiful association this morning. Waiting eagerly to hear from you Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Shivani Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Anita Ramya from Sharjah.
Hare Krishna Anita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you so much Mataji for joining and giving a beautiful association this morning. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Shivani Mataji, then with pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to the assembled devotees. This is Darshini joining from India.
Hare Krishna Darshini Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Thank you Mataji for joining all the way from India, even though it's so late. Greatly appreciated. Very welcome to you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna dear devotee. Hare Krishna dear devotees. Once again, I welcome you all for joining this mid-morning session, Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. I would like to start by sharing a quote by Srila Prabhupada ji. Home, sweet home. Yes, very sweet. The whole day and night work. This is Mura. He is working hard day and night. There is not a single moment leisure, and still he is sweet home. This is illusion. Mayapur, October 6, 1974. Good morning, dear devotees. Once again, I welcome you all for this mid-morning session. Today, we'll be having a very interactive class by Her Grace Preethi Vilasini Mataji. The topic for today is, do you read my books? Hare Krishna Preethi Vilasini Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you for giving your valuable time and wonderful association this morning. Waiting eagerly to hear from you, Mataji. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru and Gauranga ki jai. Please take over the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Shivani Mataji. Thank you all so much for joining us today. Today will be an interactive seminar So I request everyone to participate as much as possible. I want to say this upfront that this was a part of our TTC course, so I am just representing the same thing. But since it will be an interactive session, I hope everyone can learn from this. Om Ajnanatirmirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Deenatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Krishna Chaitanyameshwaram Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhotale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. My humble obeisances to all the Vaishnavas on the call. Vancha kalpataru descha kripa sindhu bhyeva patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So actually today you all will be the speakers. I don't have much to speak. It will be a discussion by the forum about reading Srila Prabhupada's books. So let's start the discussion. Now, I have an activity for everyone. You don't have to be on video, but just look at the screen. I will project the screen for about 30 seconds. Please keep looking at the screen and then I'll stop screen share and I will tell you all what to do. Okay, look at the screen. Okay, for those who just joined, the activity that we'll be doing now is I request everyone to just look at the screen for a few seconds and I will stop the screen share. Just look and try to process what is there in the screen. Okay. Okay. So now my question, everyone can raise hands and participate. My question to everybody is, you just saw the screen now and you saw a list of books that were mentioned. So I request you all to raise hand and tell me a list of how many books you remember from what you saw. So it's a memory game. Yes, Revati Mataji, unmute.
Bhagavad Gita as it is, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, teachings of Lord Chaitanya, nectar of devotion, nectar of instruction, Ishopanishad, perfection of yoga, beyond birth and death, on the way to Krishna, Rajavidya, elevation to Krishna consciousness, the matchless gift, life come from death. No, life come from, I don't know, Mataji, but that was the starting one. Thank you.
You got more than 15 books. That's amazing. Amazing.
No, it's a question paper leaked, Mataji, so I remember this.
Let's see the people who don't have the question paper, how much they're remembering. We'll have Balavranda say now.
Mataji Balavrinda did not see the screen. She was not
Okay.
near the laptop. Yeah. Oh, sorry, that was me, right? Okay, sorry. I raised hand. That's why you called Vrinda. Okay, so Mataji, she covered everything. I don't have anything now. I have to
No,
move
you
on
have
my-
to tell. It's not about what she covered. Doesn't matter who said what. What are you able to recollect? That is the quiz. It's not about somebody.
Okay. Then I will. Okay, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna book, teachings of Lord Chaitanya, nectar of instruction, nectar of devotion, perfection of yoga, and yeah, Mataji, that's it.
Yeah, more than 6 or 7. Yes, very nice. Thank you, Vanita Mataji. Anybody else? They're just doing a memory game. Anybody?
Can I go, Preethi?
Yes, Sitsagri Mataji.
Okay, I got a little smart or maybe unsmart. I just counted the number of books. There were 38 in all, 25 plus 13. So I didn't know what the quiz would be on. So I just did that.
Can you name some of the books that you saw on the screen?
Yeah, I have a very bad photographic memory, but yeah, the main Prabhupada books like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, CC, and I know I mean I didn't pay too much attention there, but yeah, these are the main three main that come to my mind.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, that was the idea, just to recollect what all Srila Prabhupada has given us. Yes, very nice. Yeah, you just said the key book, which is very important that we read every day from your memory. Thank you. Next, who was the one who was sending a text message? Yeah, Darshini Mataji, would you like to tell from your memory what all you remember?
Mataji, I don't remember anything. I'm being very honest. I don't remember anything. I just remember seeing Mukunda Mala Stotra in the 24th and 25th that were compiled by the disciples. And in the beginning, it was Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and teachings of Lord Chaitanya.
Very nice, very nice. Yes, Vasundhara Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I'll just give a try again.
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, the perfection of yoga, nectar of instruction, nectar of devotion, perfect questions, perfect answers, Sri Ishopanishad, science of self-realization, civilization, transcendence. Once again, Mataji. Path of perfection, Kunti prayers, teachings of Lord Chaitanya, teachings of Lord Kapila, Krishna book,
Krishna book.
Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, and selected, I don't know, from Vedic scriptures, something like that.
You're right. Yes.
Beyond illusion and doubt.
Oh, yes.
Krishna, the reservoir of pleasure, Rajavidya, perfection of yoga, Krishna consciousness, the topmost yoga system, the Hare Krishna challenge.
Oh, these are some. Yes.
The matchless gift, Prahlad Maharaj. I think I gave up. That's it, Mataji.
Thank you, Vasundhara Mataji. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So let me go back to the screen, and I had listed the books that were written by Srila Prabhupada and some that were compiled at a later point in time after Srila Prabhupada wrote his books. So just on the screen, like Suksagri Mataji mentioned, there are about 38 books that are mentioned. It is so difficult for us to even name them. The exercise was to help us realize how much Srila Prabhupada has given us. Srila Prabhupada, in a ripe old age, he came to the US, and before he started his journey, he did start compiling some books. Later, he wrote more books, and based on the books and the teachings that he had given, some books were compiled after his initial works. So we see that he has given us so many books. Just to name them is actually a big task. What to talk about reading them. So you can imagine about the author, how much effort he has put in for all of us. So let me ask you another question. What was the main instruction that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur gave to Srila Prabhupada? Anybody?
Write the books and distribute the books. If you have money, when you have money, you write it and distribute it.
Very nice. Yes, Vinita Mataji. Vasundhara Mataji, what did you want to say?
Yeah, same thing, Prabhu. Oh, sorry, Mataji. Whenever you have money, write and print books and distribute books. And second thing, I also remember vaguely, it was one of the instructions is like, construct temples, distribute the knowledge via temples. This is what also something I heard was also one of the other instructions given by a Soli spiritual master to Prabhupada.
Very nice. Thank you, Vasundhara.
And also specifically said that English, because you know English, you write in English and spread it everywhere. Yeah.
That is correct. Write and print books, especially in the English language. Yeah, that is the point. That was the instruction given by Prabhupada's spiritual master. And Srila Prabhupada to all his disciples. Yes, Devgan Mataji, did you want to say something? Sorry, me too.
Hare Krishna Mataji, but I think that one more thing Saraswati Thakur said, they preach the Western world.
Yes, preach in the Western world in the English language. Yes, Mataji, that is correct. He specifically said preach to the Western world. So Srila Prabhupada wrote so many books, and imagine none of these books initially were in English. So Srila Prabhupada took up the humongous task of actually translating all these books into the English language. Imagine translating more than 18,000 verses of the Srimad Bhagavatam or any other scripture, like Bhagavad Gita or Chaitanya Charitamrita, that was not accessible to anyone. It was only accessible to those who knew the Bengali language. So like that, so many books Srila Prabhupada has put in his own effort. Kamodaki Mataji, did you want to say something?
It's very nice. Yeah, Prabhupada, the Mataji just already said that what I was going to say. That he said, Bhakti Siddhanta said, if you get money, print books and preach in English-speaking world.
Right, in the English-speaking world specifically. Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, let's move on and see what Srila Prabhupada did for us. So, from 1936 to 1965, he started his writings in India. He started writing the Back to Godhead magazine, Easy Journey to Other Planets, the Gaudiya Patrika that he was publishing, and he wrote Srimad Bhagavatam first 3 cantos. He translated them. He wrote miscellaneous articles, essays, and papers. All this was done before he came to the Western world. Before he actually came to the English-speaking world and distributed this knowledge, he started the background work in India itself. 1936 was the time he started writing these different publications. Then 1966 to 1977, after the inception of ISKCON, he authored and published over 25 books, and several conversations were compiled as new books. Srila Prabhupada had several conversations, he had several excerpts that were written. All of these were put together as new books. So you can imagine the massive contribution that Prabhupada has done. 1936 to 1977, non-stop writing of books. Okay, so now that you know the background of the importance of the books that Srila Prabhupada has given us, let's have a quick task with everybody. See, we all are trying to read Srila Prabhupada's books. It's not that, we know that Prabhupada has given so much and we sit back and we don't read his books. Everybody, in our own small way, we try to hear the narrations of books, or we take up small books, we read, we listen to classes, we do a lot of things. However, reading Srila Prabhupada's books is not a consistent practice among all of us. We have several challenges that we are facing in reading Prabhupada's books on a regular basis. So I invite everybody, you can raise hand, I can unmute you, to tell me or discuss with each other about the different challenges that you're facing in reading Srila Prabhupada's books regularly. We don't want the solution now, we just want you to tell your challenge. What is the problem that we are facing? That's all. What is stopping us what are the impediments we're having. Then we have so many books. It's also accessible at a decent price. They're able to purchase these books. For those who don't have any money to purchase the books, we also have Veda Base. It's just one click away. Just click on Veda Base and there is an entire library. We can open it up and we can read. So what are the different challenges? And having challenges in regular reading is a normal thing. Everybody has problems. All of us have challenges. So you can just share a few challenges. Vasundhara Mataji.
Lots, Mataji, but to prioritize, I would say first thing itself is priority. I wouldn't give so much of priority to reading the way I am inclined to listening. I feel listening so comfortable, probably because I listen while I'm doing other work also, right? Second thing is that attention to detail. Like, when you are reading, you need to give that attention, right? Which I lack a lot. So that's a second thing. Third thing is that callousness. I feel that, it's the same message I get in every book. Every book, it is like, I know the essence of it, like that kind of, I know the essence of Casey. That's already kind of, gotten into my head. So that's the reason that callousness has kind of seeped into my mind. I'm being very, very frank because it's end of the day, Devotees Association. I need to kind of, bring up my weakness here. So I'm making it very open. This is my challenge, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. I agree with each one of the points that you mentioned. The very first point is about even I am better off hearing, than reading. And then sometimes you feel, it's the same thing again and again. I'm not getting something new. We're always searching for something new. If there is something new, our attention is full. If it's the same thing we have heard again, we are not ready to hear the details. We are like, I already know this. Or we already know this. We are not ready to read with full attention. Very nice, Mataji. Yes, it is everybody's problem. You're right. Sarpadavalli Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for giving me the chance to speak. Thank you, Madam. Mataji, Prabhupada's books are very vast and everything. And I have read this Bhagavad Gita as it is fully. And then Bhagavatam 10th canto, 4th volume I'm coming. And then the Krishna book I've completed. And the small books that is Perfection of Yoga and Elevation to Krishna Consciousness. Some of the books I have also completed. Not myself, Mataji, along with some group I am joined, and with that Matajis I am reading, along with the Matajis I am reading everything. As far as if I started, completed 10th this thing. I again wanted to start from the first canto of Bhagavatam. Started reading and very slowly it's going. And I'm feeling, how can I complete all these books? I want to know, and slogas and all, I want to collect in my memory. And this age of mine, nearly 60, Mataji. And how can I'm very, that so much books are then I have that enthusiastic. See, Prabhupada wrote all this book after he was 60 only, Then I also want to do, I also want to read. I also, that is there. But my age and my this thing, it cannot this thing. I want to read more and more books, Mataji. That's why I'm very wondering, and how the purports and all are very, 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 very beautiful, and how he has written. I can this thing, that in that book it is written that. Prabhupada's Leelamrita, he has to dictate. He won't sleep. From the 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock, he won't sleep, and he will dictate to that dictating machine. I was really thrilled, Mataji. Such a person has done so much for us, and we have to take every steps to read all those books. And I want to at least give that knowledge to our other people around us and surrounding us, Mataji. That is my thing. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Sarpadavalli Mataji. You're right. Just the thought that it is so vast, that itself becomes a challenge, because the minute we open the book, we see so many pages and we're like, I have to read so much. That itself is a deterrent, right? And yeah, we should feel grateful every minute for what Prabhupada has given us. Very nice, Mataji. Thanks for pouring out your heart. It's always sweet to hear from you. Thank you, Mataji. Darshini Mataji, do you have something? Do you want to identify your challenges?
Mataji, I will tell all kinds of problems that will come. And I think no one will collect so many problems like me. Yeah. Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, actually for me, like, I mean, there's like so much of indiscipline when it comes to reading because I never fix a time to read. Like, there's no disciplined way of studying. Whenever I find time, I open Veda base. So that's one problem because my time is not fixed. So the amount of quantity and quality time that I spent in reading books, it's, not proper. And second thing, because I'm trying to do it, without the guidance of someone. I find it so difficult to understand the essence of the puppet sometimes, although it's just in English. But, the surface level understanding of what the verse is, the meaning and all is fine. But what Srila Prabhupada has tried to give through this puppet, it's like so difficult for me to grasp. Sometimes I become so clueless when I read the puppet. So that was one thing. And also that, it becomes really very difficult to apply things what we read also. Like for me, especially, like even if I'm able to grab the essence, it's so difficult for me to follow that in life. And I fail so many times. So sometimes I even question what is the use of doing all this when I'm not able to apply. So those were some challenges that I faced.
Very nice. So the two key things Mataji was talking about is discipline. We don't have a fixed time that we are allotting to read books. And we try to read whenever we can, which is quite normal with most of us. We have so many things in a day to finish. So book reading happens in a very haphazard manner. Whenever we can, we open up database and we read. We don't have fixed schedules. And because we don't have fixed schedules, there is no serious commitment at the end of the day. And Darshini Mataji also mentioned that sometimes we just read like reading a novel. We are not grasping the essence of it. We don't have proper guidance to tell us, oh, focus on this, like that. So we are not very serious in applying what we have learned, and we are not serious about looking into the details because we're just reading it like a story. Yeah, thanks, Darshini Mataji. I think that is also everybody's problem. Most of you can resonate with what each of these Matajis are telling because all these are problems that we are facing. Revati Mataji, I saw you raise your hand. Would you like to speak, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Mataji. I think pretty much everyone has covered. I really like the points which Vasudha Mataji or Vasundhara Mataji has shared, like a priority Mataji. At least I'll talk from myself. I don't give priority to read books. I keep that as the lower priority once all my works is completed, all the chores, everything, kids, and at the end of the day, like that was not even in my priority list. I will put some time in the night, but by the time I come to that, I don't even get a time to read it, Mataji. First thing, not able to prioritize the task. And then as the other Mataji mentioned, like we do read books, but at the same time, when I'm not applying, right, why am I wasting my time in this? Anyhow, I'm not able to do it, right? So that is another thing keep haunting my thing. Main thing is like, at least I'll talk myself. I try to collect the books, but I don't read it, Mataji. I'll be like so honest.
Correct. You're right, because we fail to give it a priority. We are ready to collect the books. We have the interest in our minds. We think, yes, I want to read it. Yes, I want to read what Srila Prabhupada has written or what his disciples have written. You want to explore, you have the intention, but since we are not giving it the priority, we are not able to set aside time for it. This is a fact again with everyone. I have a big library. I have a nice shelf. I have cases and cases of books, but have I read everything? No, I'll do it someday, right? So we keep postponing it. Very true. Everybody's problem again. I face this too. Thank you, Revati Mataji. Vinita Mataji. Go ahead, Mataji. Vinita. You have to unmute, Mataji. You're not.
Sure, Prabhuji. Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Sorry, Mataji, I got a call. That's why I was not able to unmute. Yeah, I have a big problem with this reading challenge. I always say that I am facing a problem of reading, but I really love to collect the books, as Revati Mataji is also saying that collecting books is very, very nice. I also like to collect the books. I keep collecting the books, but I never open. But somehow one day after collecting so many short books, I started, I thought, at least big book is not happening. Bhagavatam is not happening, sitting regularly and reading. At least let me read the small books. So I started reading the small books, which gave me so much of enthusiasm for at least for a while, at least, so that at least, I'll finish 1 book, 2 book, 3 book, like that. At least I could finish some of the books of reading, at least, as you mentioned back, like birth, death, some small books are there, On the Way to Krishna, Perfection of Life. All these small books I have read. It gave me enthusiasm. But then again, when coming to the big book, reading every day is always a challenge. You ask me to do any number of services, I'm ready, but reading books is again, I'm stopping there. I don't know, Mataji. I tried many different ways, but right now I'm reading. I hope I will continue reading Bhagavatam every day for 30 minutes. I'm right now, again, I fall down, but then again I take back. After some time, after some days, again, no, I'm not reading. Again, I'll call someone. I'll make sure that they are there with me to read. And then somehow I manage like that. But always I'm falling down. I'm trying to get up somehow and then do it again. Like this picture is showing, right, very hardly it is, that the hand, trying to catch one step. It's very hard, Mataji. I'm falling a lot in this endeavor of reading books.
Yes, I understand. And I agree too, because see, when you have an activity where you can engage all your senses and your body, it is more engaging, basically, like doing physical service, doing devotional service in an active manner with your body, and doing a task is always easier. Even I like to go and help in the kitchen, or I like to go and arrange for a festival, rather than sit in one place and then go through some content and make my mind and my intelligence work. Which is normal. I think everybody again has a similar issue. It is, I always prefer going and doing something physical rather than sitting down and making reading through every word in the purport and putting down books and PPTs and all that and then discussing it. It is a struggle. It is definitely a struggle. I can resonate with that very well, Mataji. Thank you for sharing that point. Darshini Mataji.
Hi Krishna Mataji. Mataji, one last thing that I had was like, I don't fix, what I have to read. I don't pre-plan what I have to read properly. So I end up reading either too less, or I just get overwhelmed and it just goes like a normal reading and, nothing is captured. So that is also one more problem that I.
Correct. Pre-planning and having a fixed amount of reading as an exercise. Yes, we are going to find solutions to all these problems. The reason I've asked everyone to open up their minds and share problems is it's not just one person's problem. These challenges are faced by each and every one who's present here in the group. And we are looking for solutions to all these challenges. So that is what we'll be doing next. But Vinita Mataji, would you like to say another?
Yeah, Mataji. The other thing is, like, we are here reading every day Chaitanya Bhagavat, right? So that I always think that, when speaker is speaking, let me open the book and read at least in like before or after or in between. That like even for summary session, I feel like when Mataji is teaching us yesterday there was a class and Vrajeshwari Pran Mataji was teaching. At least I go through the Subodhini. Sometimes it happens, no disturbance. I will sit and I will do what I planned, because at the same time you read and speaker is explaining, it will be very nicely going into your brain. But sometimes it doesn't happen. So how do we manage? At least if you are not sitting and reading alone by yourself, something by listening to everyday Bhakti Sangha classes, and somehow catching little bit reading from the books also. How to manage like that?
Correct, Mataji, you're right. I also have similar issues. I'm assigning verses, but still I have no clue what the speaker is going to speak today. I just blank out. Even the other day, Srimad Bhagavatam class, they were talking about some verse. I assumed it is a totally different verse. I am doing something on a regular basis, but still my attention and my focus is not there. I'm forgetting it the next day. Yeah, I agree with you. And at that time, we want to open up the book, we want to read. but it doesn't happen. Like you said, if Mataji is giving a summary, the easiest thing is to open up Subodhini and follow with her, but it doesn't happen at all. Yeah, that's true. That is a big challenge. We have to make it a practice. Yes, Anita Mataji. You can unmute Mataji. Anita.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji. So yeah, so regarding reading, I just make it a point. I read for at least half an hour, but still that mind, that calmness is not there. So the mind will be running here and there. That is the point that is a fault which I have. Yeah. So means like bringing together the mind and intelligence together and sit and read is a big task. So I will make it a point that at least for 30 to 40 minutes I will read and then I do the work. But 30 to 40 minutes, it's making that time gap is a big struggle for me. So, but somehow by Krishna's mercy, I do till now, but sometimes I skip it off. So that is the thing. That day I don't feel like, well, today I didn't do anything. So I feel like I feel so low that day. So that's how it's happening. But that mindset is not there. That is the task. Means that is a fault I had find in myself.
Yeah, focus is very difficult, and secondly, making the time in this busy world, making time is very difficult. Agreed, message. Yeah, so we've identified challenges. That's what we have done so far. We have not found a solution, but the solution you all already know. So we are going to do a group activity. Okay, there is a feature called as breakout rooms in Zoom, and with the help of Vinita Mataji, we will create 2 teams among all of you. We have 21 participants, so 10 in each group, and you're going to brainstorm and come up with answers. Team 1 will identify 4 innovative methods of reading Srila Prabhupada's book every day and convince us how you can make reading a regular habit. That is team 1. Team 1 will identify 4 innovative methods of you reading regularly, because reading regularly with focus, making time in spite of so many distractions, and then getting something out of this reading is a challenge. So team 1 will work on, just by talking with each other, you will come up with 4 innovative methods of reading Srila Prabhupada's books. Okay, that is team 1. Team 2, this is very important. Team 2 will identify 4 effective patterns, formulae, or style of writing in Srila Prabhupada's books that has made his books effective and has reached a wide range of audience. Now, why are we aspiring to read Srila Prabhupada's books? Actually, Srila Prabhupada's books, the translation, these scriptures, they are actually very interesting, and Srila Prabhupada has a particular knack of presentation. That is the reason why he's having so much audience. So many people are ready to read his books. So identify 4 unique patterns that Srila Prabhupada has employed while writing his books. Prabhupada has a style, right? Our acharyas, every acharya is unique. The way Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur presents something is very different from what our Srila Prabhupada presents things. So try to find 4 unique patterns or formulae or style of writing in Srila Prabhupada's books that has made his book readable by a wide range of audience. Why are we doing this? We are doing this because we can, when we get the results from team 1's task and team 2's task, we can put together both, okay, and we'll find solution. So I will put breakout rooms. Mataji,
Yeah, Mataji, it is already ready. I will open.
Good. Okay. And everybody can present your findings, and one representative can say what you learned.
Mataji, would you like to go and put the question in the chat, like what they have to do in the other room?
Okay, yeah.
And even in this room also, if you can put in the chat so that everybody knows.
Mataji,
what
screen share can be enabled for everybody?
Okay. That we can do, Mataji. Yes, advanced screen sharing.
I think we already opened the room. So
multiple participants can share. It is already there, Mataji.
No, all participants. Who can share? All participants. That one. It's blocked now because the room is open. That's
Multiple participants can share, Mataji. It's already there.
okay.
It's there. So yeah. So some, I don't know why they did not move. Some people didn't move still. I put 9 to 10 members in the other room.
No,
Can you please?
Okay. Unassigned people can
already-
stay here and talk. Is that your idea?
Yeah, some will sit here, some will go into that room.
Okay.
Mataji,
Okay,
we
then-
only have 16 participants in this room.
No,
so
no,
the other.
Yeah, I moved. Some people did not move yet still.
No,
Can
that's
they
okay.
move? Like
Whoever is
Praladananda Prabhu should go to the other room. He did not go. Revati Mataji did not join to the team too. Chatterjee Prabhuji.
I didn't get the. Oh, okay. Yeah, Mataji. I
Yeah,
got
you
it.
got it, Mataji. Everybody got it. Whoever name I'm saying. Suksagari Mataji went. Lalitangi Mataji went. Yeah, Revati Mataji went. Praladanand Prabhu, can you please go to the breakout? Neetu Mataji, can you go to the breakout? Or I can add some other people who are actively wanted to go to the breakout. I
Yeah,
can just
that's
put
okay.
some here.
Mataji, you can. I think we can start. with
Anita Mataji, you would like to go to the breakout? I'll put you in the other room. Yeah, please go, Mataji. Click on that join and you can go. And Vasundhara Mataji also can move if wanted. Yeah, Vasundhara Mataji. Yes, I think we are enough now. We are good. We have 11 participants here. We are good. So let's discuss. So we are team 1 and team 2 is in the breakout. So let's take our question and we can start discussing on it. Our question, ours was, oh, sorry. Identify 4 innovative methods of reading Srila Prabhupada's books every single day and convince us how you can make reading a regular habit. So yeah, this is what. So we all discuss and share the points. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Prabhuji's, please accept my humble obeisances for Srila Prabhupada. I think for regular reading, what has worked and helped me is having reading groups. And then because what has happened is if sometimes I don't join because of some work or something, then, the the group members will reach out to me, Hare Krishna Mataji, where are you or what happened? So I know for sure that I'd be, even if I miss a day or something, I'll be joining because it has some like accountability on you, right? So maybe if not even like a whole reading group, if you have even one person you read with and set us time, like set aside some time, maybe 2 to 3 people, I don't know. But not a lot of people, because when you have a lot of people, you still might not be, willing to join every day. But when you have just like 2 to 3 people in a group, then definitely you feel accountable, that everyone's, relying on like this group to have the reading go. So that has helped me read pretty much. That's one of the ways.
Thank you, Mataji. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Anybody else would like to share the techniques of reading? Reading groups, that to small groups, and accountability. Someone is checking on us. That was the very nice, Mataji.
I think also making sure that you have a scheduled time, because when we have our regular to-do list, it helps us abide to it versus just, just not doing it. So if you have a set schedule, I'm a person who usually likes to write everything down, and I have a way to organize the day by writing what I need to do, the task and everything. So I usually have this time set aside, at least 30 minutes for reading after everything is done. So typically that's my time of the day that I know that I will not have any distractions, where I'm done with all the household chores and kid stuff. So I know I won't have that distraction or that stress of like, oh, I still need to do something.
Yeah, very nice, Mataji. Time schedule and small groups reading. Reading small groups, that 2 points you have shared. And the other thing is challenge of reading. Like I've seen some groups are doing this, like in a month you finish reading of these, wherein they put in the group, all group members will put, oh, I've done my reading challenge today. I finished this, whatever quota, like 1 chapter you have to finish or whatever. Then everybody will put, or they're like, okay, I'm done. So that way, other people will get motivated and be on to the time to finish reading. Yeah, maybe that.
Yeah, sharing the goals is definitely very
sharing the goals.
So that's important too. Yes. And then also, with the reading group, I think instead of just reading, because when you just read, it just reads, right? But when you have that discussion towards the end of like, after you read, there is the points that we share, what we liked, right? And what is something that we will remember during our chanting next day, or what will help us chant more effectively the next day. So things like this, when you have these sharings in the group, that also like makes you want to read, right? Because it's not just, regular reading and then you're done. There's also interactions with the devotees. So you get the different perspectives of everyone from the same reading, right? So I think that helps people get motivated.
Yes, correct. Yeah, Mataji. Anybody else? Matajis, please come forward from all the team 1. Everybody should share 1 point at least so that we can gather more.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandot Pranams.
Yes, Mataji, please.
I am at work, so I will speak now for a few minutes and then I'll be in a mute, Mataji, in and out of my work schedule now. So thank you, Mataji. I didn't catch the other Mataji name who shared the great idea about reading with friends or group. So we have to give 4 innovative methods which will help one to read regularly, right? So I was thinking of a couple of ideas. Was the self-study. Self-study is the one we always struggle when we are in group or when we are committed, accountable to someone, it somehow happens. But other than that, we also need some self-study, that we allocate some study, time that we study on a regular basis, 1 hour or 2 hours every day. That's the one we struggle, because for a few days we do, but then after some time we slacken. So Vaisheshika Prabhu has an app. You can plug in, say, for example, you want to finish Bhagavad Gita in 3 months. Then if you say Bhagavad Gita in 3 months, and it will give you how many verses or pages you have to read every day. So that's just one way, like having an app, read a chapter a day, or read this many verses a day to complete Bhagavatam in 5 years or 3 years or 2 years. So setting up that, using some app, something like that, will help to read and try to complete that goal. Because when we set a goal, so setting a goal is a one way, because when we set a goal, we have to complete it. There's an end date to that. It's not, the goal is not like keep going on, by this date, I should be done with this reading, and commit to yourself. That's one thing that I was thinking, self-study with setting up a goal and completing the book. That's one thing. The other one I was thinking is a festival reading. So for example, during Kartik month, we can finish 2 cantos of Bhagavatam. Like example, Kartik month, 30 days. And then we have Adik Mas. So we can read our Chaturmasya reading. The 4 months, we can read 4 books, something like that. So, or, anything, or Gaura Purnima. So Gaura Purnima is coming. So a month before we start the reading, or Gita Jayanti is coming. So a month before or 18 days before, I start the Bhagavad Gita, and then every day I read a chapter a day. And then by Gita Jayanti, I finish the whole Bhagavad Gita. So festival reading, I'm just coming up with the festival. So reading with the friends and group, self-study with using some apps, setting a goal, and then festival reading, that's something we can have. So something I was just, and then also and a regular hearing, because the hearing helps us with the reading, because that's where we get the inspiration from. All of a sudden, we cannot just sit and just start reading. We hear and we associate with devotees and we get inspired and then we start reading. So that is just a few points I'm just thinking as of now, Mataji, and I will go on mute now because I will share in chat if I have any other ideas. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Yeah, anybody else? Mataji gave so many points already. Someone sharing in the chat, so we can gather at the end. I think at the end, Preethi, Mataji, would you like someone should present what we did, right?
One of you note down all the.
Yeah, I'm noting it down, Mataji, on the paper and book.
Yeah, you can present.
Yeah.
I wanted to say something.
Yep, go ahead, Mataji.
We're talking about innovative ideas, and this particular one has not worked for me, but it has worked for my mom. She's older, she has eye problems, cataract surgery last year, so she's always complaining, oh, I can't read. So I set up in her phone and iPad, like audiobooks. So Prabhupada Vani, that I set it up in her phone. So she regularly, almost every day, she goes and she reads one chapter of Krishna book. I think the whole Chaitanya Charitamrita is in audio form. I think the others of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam is also there, but I don't think it is the purport. It's only the shlokas. But Chaitanya Charitamrita is in full audio form, and Krishna book is in full audio form, I think. So that is one of the innovative ways that, maybe if we don't have time to sit and read a book, at least we can, hear it, hear Prabhupada's books. And what I also learned from Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, that the BBT is going to come out with the audio versions soon, hopefully. Not yet, but in the near future, they are going to come out with the audio version. So hopefully that's going to be another very innovative way to read/hear Srila Prabhupada's books. That's what I wanted to share. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. That was very nice. Anybody else? Oh, breakout room is already closed. Okay, it's time up maybe. Yeah. So we'll wait for our friends to join. Rajeshwari Pran Mataji, please share that app that you are talking about. And Rajeshwari Priya Mataji,
not yet. No app now. Not yet. I will do the app.
What, Mataji?
Not yet. No sharing app now. I will do it. It's a part of the
Okay, sorry. Okay, Rajeshwari Priya, that's fine. Okay, Rajeshwari Priya Mataji, you are saying like the audio apps, there are so many different, but you are saying Prabhupada Vani itself. I don't know what that one is.
No, see, it's not an app. What I do is, I go to the website and then save it as a favorite on the home screen. So more or less it becomes like an app that I have opened, in her phone or iPad. Does that make sense? You stick it to the home screen. So it just becomes like an app, but it's not an app. It's a favorites page. Does that make sense?
Okay, Mataji.
Yeah.
Okay, now everybody is back. We have all our participants here. And we'll have group 1 share their findings. Group 1, I think group 1, the one who was collecting the points was Vinita Mataji. Of course, I heard everybody contribute. So Mataji, please present 4 innovative ways of a habit on a regular.
Yes, Mataji. So first one is reading with the small groups, so that you have some friends to read, and if you're not able to join, they are calling you back. So why did not join? So that way, if you are missing one day, next day you are in the schedule again back. So again, time schedule proper time. It's not like one day you're reading it morning and one day evening. Like how we are giving time for everything, we need to schedule proper time so that we never miss that time. That time is for reading, is reading, that's it. So and sharing the goals, challenges, that if you have a challenge, if you create a challenge among the group saying that we'll finish this particular chapter today, then it will help us to read very quick. Faster reading can happen through these challenges. And share what you're reading at the end, not just reading after you finish reading. Okay, a whole 30 minutes we read. Okay, share everybody to 2 minutes what you learned from this 30 minutes of reading. So that helps us to read more and more. And app that Mataji has shared, that you're going to share in the presentation too. And the other one is festival reading. Like in the time of Kartik time, you read about Krishna book or any Bhagavatam 10th canto you're going to finish, like that. You just keep the target for that festival and then you finish. Like Bhagavad Gita, the appearance of Gita comes, advent of Gita comes. So then what you do is before 18 days you start reading. So then you'll finish 18 chapters, like that. And self-study, you also need to have self-study time for yourself by using those apps that Mataji told. And hearing helps a lot. To read, actually, how do you know to read that book? So you have heard about the book late before. Like every day hearing about Srila Prabhupada books, then we can easily get the taste for reading it. Yeah, Mataji. Hearing books will help us to read. That's it, Mataji. That was the points I got it from all of them. Mataji, you got muted.
Thank you, Mataji. So I'm just repeating what you said, so everybody gets it again. So small groups. First thing is small groups. And you said by small groups, there is accountability, right? There is accountability for because even if you miss joining, you get a phone call from a person saying, oh, you missed joining, why don't you join tomorrow, right? And this is also true for chanting, early morning chanting. That's the idea of the Japa group, Bhakti Sangha Japa group. So that even if I miss chanting in the morning, there is someone else checking, oh, are you okay? Are you able to join chanting today? So accountability is increased with small groups. And then festival reading, I thought that was actually, we are doing it, but I never realized that it's such an effective tool. Because before Janmashtami, everyone is busy reading Krishna book. Before Gaur Purnima, everybody is busy reading something from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So festival reading is actually a very nice way of getting everybody engaged. And then you mentioned about apps for self-study. We are going to cover one of these apps. And then audiobooks. Right, Mataji? Am I right?
Yeah, audiobooks. I forgot to mention that. Audiobooks, yes.
Yeah, you said audio, yes. So these are the 4 ways of making sure that we are reading on a regular basis. Many of us would be a part of this. Many of us would be a part of small groups where there is afternoon reading or evening reading that is happening in different congregations. So this is really helpful to finish one book after the other. Apps for self-study, we will talk about it. Festival reading and audiobooks. Audiobooks, because almost all the books are available in audio format. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Amala Bhakta Maharaj has narrated all these books. And very nicely, Rajeshwari Pran Mataji was mentioning some of the books have purports as well. Like the narration by Dravida Prabhu has purports of Bhagavad Gita. And I also came across another Srimad Bhagavatam reading by a Prabhupada disciple that has purpose. I will share that once I pull it out. So like this, there are so many audiobooks, almost every single book, not only the major books, even the smaller books. There is audiobooks written by, spoken by many devotees. In fact, some of the devotees here, they have also done audiobooks for your information. They are on the call. They have done small audiobooks like Teachings of Queen Kunti, Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita. The entire Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita is now available in audiobook, read by Bhakti Sangha devotees. So audiobook is a very, very nice way to stay connected. It's very nice. Now we'll keep this here and we'll move on to team 2. And team 2, I think Sukha Sagari Mataji was noting all the points for team 2. So team 2, you can share your findings. Suksati Mataji.
Sure, Mataji, thank you. Mataji, before we go into it, I would like to add one more thing which benefited me for the team 1 question. Is it okay to do that?
Yes, yes.
Personally speaking, like devotee association, I remember the initial days when Bhakti Sangha started, and Kirtida Mataji, Preethi Vilasini Mataji, Lalitanga Mataji, all these Matajis, Kirtida used to literally ask me, can you give a class? Can you give a class? And can you Prabhu give a class? Like hundreds of times. And I was not so much like, reading a Prabhupada book. I used to listen to his lectures, but not in a way that, to give classes like that. But I'm so grateful to all these Matajis who pushed me into doing. So that gave me an impetus to actually study Srila Prabhupada books, not just read them, but study them, understand them. And especially when we try to explain it to somebody else, I feel that, the concepts get more clearer.
Definitely.
And so I literally owe anything I know to all these Matajis, to Bhakti Sangha. So that absolutely is, any word I speak today, I owe it to them. So all of them are like my Shiksha Gurus, and just because of their mercy, I feel that devotee association like this helps so much. And though at that time when they approached me, I was like, oh my God, this is so challenging, because to give a class, we need to understand each and every word and be able to explain, and you have to cross refer so many books, and to be clear in what we are delivering. And it was very time consuming and challenging that way. But Preethi always reassured, with time it'll get easier, don't worry, like that. So so indebted to all these Matajis, who, because of whom I actually have read a few books, if I can say, but by myself I would never have done that.
You yourself are a big inspiration for everybody, Mataji.
No.
The love that you have for Prabhupada books. No, I'm serious, definitely. So as Suksagri Mataji mentioned, yes, everybody is welcome to give classes on Bhakti Sangha. You just have to contact us, okay? And when you give a class, I hope my audio is audible. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah.
Preethi, we can hear you.
Yeah. And when you give a class, you read better actually, because you have to present it. So unless you digest it nicely, you're not going to present it. So a very good way of absorbing Srila Prabhupada's books is by giving classes, coming forward to giving classes. So when you give a class, you're thoroughly prepared and you give excellent classes. Yeah, very nice. Okay, team 2. Please tell us about all the unique things about Prabhupada's books, why it is so beautiful. Why are Prabhupada's books read by everybody and loved by everybody?
Yeah, so many Matajis shared so beautiful points actually, and we ran out of time. I'm sure many more would have come if we had more time. So a common theme I saw was everybody loves Srila Prabhupada's simple language, his style, and the attention to detail in, and the format especially of having the shloka, then the synonyms, the word-to-word meanings, and then the translation, and then the purports. Everybody just loves the purports, like nectarian purports. And how within these things, how Srila Prabhupada is able to give practical application to each of the things that is being discussed. And also, with analogies, practical examples and applications. And there were also interesting points about how Srila Prabhupada can present even the most challenging concepts in a very simple way. Many devotees had the experience that they could not go past a few pages, when they were reading books by other authors, but with Srila Prabhupada, they were glued on, and they really understood what was being conveyed in Bhagavad Gita, like that. And the quotes, how Srila Prabhupada cross references, different shastras. So each word is not just a word like that, but it is actual realization of Prabhupada along with his learnings from other acharyas, like that. So it's deceptively simple in that sense, but there's so much happening in the background, like that. And also, like, the many, though Srila, he presents challenges in a very convincing way, and challenges in the sense that many of the things Prabhupada may be saying the books may not be very relevant to the current times, but then the beautiful way in which he presents things are so convincing, and kind of propels us to move on and read more and find out why he is saying such a thing like that. And then the references to Shastras gives that strong conviction when we are reading that this is the truth, like every word he has some cross reference to some Shastra. So these are some of the points I gathered from what Mataji's shared. But if I missed anything, please, Mataji's, go ahead and add. I'm sorry if I missed anything.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Saksagari Mataji. Oh, yeah. We have somebody adding to this. Repetitions. Oh, yes. That is true. Because some points are repeated again and again, even in the books, not just in his lectures, even in the books, they're repeated again and again.
Mataji, can you move the box this up? I don't, sorry, I could also do that. Sorry, I was not able to see the down.
Okay, yeah, repetitions, that's a great value, yeah. Beautiful. Actually, I love the brainstorming because this is important because we should understand what Prabhupada has given us. He's such a unique author. Oh dear, I stopped sharing this thing. Okay, I just clicked on something and the screen stopped going. Whiteboard, right? Let me go back to whiteboard. Oh, we lost it. It's my mistake. Is anyone else able to pull up the whiteboard that we just did? Okay.
Preethi, I forgot one thing. Another one was important thing which they mentioned, Mataji's mentioned, was the multiple languages and also the book distribution strategies, which Prabhupada had, like he told everybody go distribute books. So all that has a far-reaching impact on everybody.
Yes, multiple languages, the formatting, reference to Shastra. Because, even as a newcomer, when I first read Srila Prabhupada's books, I would think, why should I listen to this person? Who is this person? What is he talking about scripture? What does he know about scripture? So we have all these thoughts running in our mind if we are a new person who's just opening up Srila Prabhupada's books, but he backs up everything with Shastra. So that is very, very convincing. And then collaborating the previous Acharya's commentaries, that is something that he always does. Yeah, Srila Prabhupada has such beautiful ways of presenting, and that is the reason Srila Prabhupada's books are so effective. Like Team 2 so nicely brainstormed all these different methodologies that is used in Srila Prabhupada's books, and it's a pattern. Another thing, like when the repetition point was mentioned, I was thinking actually Srila Prabhupada even has this. If you read any book of Srila Prabhupada, talk about Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, any book you pick, the entire essence of devotional service being the most important thing would be presented. The entire Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta would be presented in the very first few pages of any book you take. Like someone was mentioning the challenge in the challenges section, someone said that it seems like he's already said this, right? That is actually a way to keep the audience glued. Why? Because Srila Prabhupada makes everything clear in the first few pages. Even if you don't proceed further, even if you don't go beyond the first canto, you know the entire philosophy and all your basics are straightened out in the first few pages of Bhagavatam or first few pages of Bhagavad Gita. Even before you go to the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, in the first 2 chapters, he has given you the entire thing. Because Srila Prabhupada's purports are they talk so much about devotional service. They talk about the ultimate goal. There is no scope for speculation anywhere. So this is how Srila Prabhupada presents his book. It's a very, very unique way of presenting books. And Srila Prabhupada has been doing it consistently. So when there is so much value, yes, Mataji.
Sorry to interrupt, Preethi. I think Darshini Mataji shared that point which you were just saying. Like she was mentioning that, where was it? Keeps it to the verse, gives the essence of Casey in every verse.
Every verse.
Every verse, yeah. So she had mentioned, sorry if I missed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, now we see, yeah, Yeah, here you go. Attention formatting. Team 2, simple language. Simple language. That is so important, right? What if it is very complex? It might be difficult for people like me to actually read. I had a tough time with reading. I used to never read books. I've never read a novel in my life because I didn't have the patience, and I would get, even if there was a one difficult word, I would be like, okay, this book is not for me. So simple language, that is really nice. Formatting is definitely one of the best things about Srila Prabhupada's books. It's consistent always. Analogies and examples. This is the easiest way for a person to learn something through analogies. And that too, the beauty of Prabhupada's books is that these analogies are applicable even today. He doesn't talk about some ancient analogy that was applicable 100 years ago. He talks about analogies that are applicable even today. Yeah, very nice. Very consistent and hardly any contradictions. That is true. That is one of the reasons why I was so attracted to this Gaudiya Vaishnavism, was because of the consistency. And why was it so consistent? I found it consistent because of the way Prabhupada had presented it so consistently. So again, it goes to Srila Prabhupada's books. Yeah, analogies, clarity, and no contradictions anywhere. Very, very nice. So there are so many good things in Srila Prabhupada's writing. Very nicely, they suggested novel methods of reading this book effectively, reading all the books effectively. Like, yeah, essence of many previous acharyas, true. So team 1, they came up with different reading methodologies, like create small groups, hear audiobooks, use apps, right? Use apps. I'll show you one of the apps that Vaisheshika Prabhu often recommends. They were also talking about it, but I'll share it on the screen using different apps. And yeah, so these are some methods of us getting to read Srila Prabhupada's books. Now I'm continuing with the presentation. So team 1 and team 2, great job. I think I learned a lot from team 1 and team 2, and I'm sure team 2 learned from team 1 and team 1 learned from team 2. The brainstorming activity was very interesting. The group activity was also very interesting. I could learn a lot. So now, as I told you, here is a possible solution using an app for self-study. This app is downloadable by everybody. Everyone can download this app on your smartphone. Many of you know about it, but for those who do not know about it and who want to make reading a regular habit, please go on your, what do you call that? The iTunes app finder or whatever, and type this app name, Be a Sage Page by Page. So this is the app, and you can download it in one click. Once you download it, this was set up by Vaisheshika Prabhu and ISV. Once you download it, you will get a chart of how many pages of which book you want to read and how many days you will be finishing that book. Like you see what is on the screen, supposing you have chosen Krishna book as your target. So Krishna book, if you want to complete Krishna book in 1 month, you need to read 24 pages a day. You mark it. And in the app, you can enter after reading. If you have completed today's reading, go and enter it in the app. You can open up the app and see how interactive it is. If you have a target of 3 months, just read 8 pages. It's not difficult. It is not at all difficult to read 8 pages. Okay, you want to complete it in 1 year, just read 2 pages. How difficult is that? You can in fact do 2 or 3 books parallelly like this. Like if you want to finish Krishna book along with Srimad Bhagavatam in 1 year, then you read 2 pages of Krishna book and read 41 pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. That's it. In 1 year, imagine completing entire Srimad Bhagavatam with purpose. Just 41 pages. Okay, if you think 41 pages is too much, then you extend it. Do it in a matter of 4 years. Just read 10 pages a day in 4 years. Our entire lifetime, can be engaged in reading Srila Prabhupada's books. So just 4 years is actually nothing for Srimad Bhagavatam. We can easily invest 10 pages a day, which will take you just a few minutes because we are all adults. We can read quickly. We are not babies. It doesn't take us time to read. So 10 pages a day, and in 4 years, you can complete the entire Srimad Bhagavatam with purpose. The other idea that was given was audiobooks. Yes, audiobooks is actually a very very, very nice way to finish reading Srila Prabhupada's books. And as I mentioned, many of the audiobooks have purports. We'll try to find out. If you're interested, we'll try to find out where the narrations are. In YouTube, most of these books are uploaded. Some may have purports, some may not have purports, but at least you can do it without purports. At least just the translations you can do. You can easily finish. You can hear when you're doing other chores at home, like you're cooking, you're cleaning, taking care of kids, you're multitasking office work, you can still hear audiobooks. It's not difficult. Yes, Mataji. Suksagri Mataji, you wanted to say something?
Sorry, Mata, I may have raised my hand by accident, but thanks for sharing this Sage page by page. I like that app, though I'm not following it, but thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, that's the thing. The problem is we have the app, but we don't follow it. Just like we have the book, but we don't read it like that. But maybe if we have devotee association, like Vinita Mataji was mentioning as one of her group's suggestion, if you have devotee association saying that, okay, 10 of us, we are going to join together and we are going to use this app every day, it is still possible. Yeah. Yes, Mataji? Yes, Karpagavalli Mataji.
Mataji, sorry for interruption. And as far as I'm concerned, if reading also, if we read along with some groups, or if then we can understand, and if some Mataji telling means we can understand more. If simply we can read means out of I am my knowledge is less, that's why I'm comparing. But according to that that's Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita and all, when Mataji was saying, then I can understand more. Because like a teacher, like a guru, they are telling us, then we can understand more. Then we can read. Then also if we read, also we'll skip. Tomorrow I can read, and then we'll skip. So one group is there, we can join. Like that means that day they complete so much. This thing means then this thing also. So this today we have to complete. Today I have to complete this Bhagavatam, so much pages. They are completing it. So along with them, we can read means that is also a good thing only, Mataji. Yes, this also is a good, Mataji. Then this thing is that because of my understanding and all this mediocre, this thing means like that. I'm telling. Sorry for interrupting. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. That is right. So we have issues finding time. We have issues with focus, speed, consistency, reading daily, and having the enthusiasm to read by ourselves. So the solution is to make small reading groups. Like, for example, the Vaishnavi ministry has reading groups. Not only Vaishnavi ministry, so many groups in every temple or every congregation, they all have small reading groups, like 5-6 people join together and read. So when you read like that, or afternoon reading groups, I know many Matajis on this group have afternoon reading groups. So, go identify a group, and the group can use this app. The group can say, okay, we are going to enter our reading on this app, VSH page by page. And if they are reading Bhagavatam and they are reading, say, 8 pages a day, in 5 years, the entire group is finishing Srimad Bhagavatam. So it is possible. Like you said, self-study could be an issue with many people. Then identify the groups and see which group suits your needs. Some groups function in the afternoon, some in the evening, some in the weekend. So that is something we have to identify. Yes, Harita Mataji?
Sorry, Mataji, to interrupt. Mataji, I'm not able to download this on Android. So is it available on Android or no?
Yeah, even I'm not able to find this on Android.
Is it? Okay. We'll ask.
Yeah, in the Play Store, it is not available, Mataji. So maybe an alternative one we can find, anything?
Or you can just take a screenshot of this and follow it. See, the use of an app is to enter after reading, right? You can even mark it in a book, in a small book. You can say, okay, today I completed my reading. So the idea of using an app is just to help us maintain a log. And we can keep reminders. See, like not only an app, you can keep a reminder on your phone. Many of them have reminders on the phone for so many classes. Like Vinita Mataji, I know when she has to do live, she has to do whatever, right? She has to send announcement. She has to do 100 things on Bhakti Sangha. For everything, she has a reminder on the reminder app in the phone. So just click the reminder app and keep adding, like doing Gayatri. Many people, we have reminders. Okay, this time you have to do Gayatri. This time you have to do Gayatri. Bhagavatam class, I have a reminder. Chaitanya Charitamrita class, I have a reminder. That way, just a simple reminder app on your phone. for reading, just for reading. And setting targets, like you can take a screenshot of this, keep targets, and maintain journals. You don't have to typically have this app only. Maintain a journal, take a book, good old method, having a book, paper, pencil, and writing down. That also helps. Okay. So the last part of today's presentation is experiential learning. I know we have 15 minutes up, but since it's an interactive session, I'm hoping people would still be interested in doing this. You can share, you can speak up and tell. You can choose to answer any one of these questions, or if you want to answer both, that is great too. The two questions to all of you is, how have the Bhaktivedanta purports transformed your life, outlook, and character? See, reading Shastra is not just to get information, it is also transformation of the heart, right? Any religious process is effective only when the heart is transformed. So how have these Bhaktivedanta purports transformed your life, your outlook, and character? Have you seen a change in yourself? That is one question. I'm asking this question to tell your experience, because when we share our experiences, we learn better from each other, right? And the other thing is, share your thoughts on how Srila Prabhupada's books can be the law books for the next 10,000 years. You all trust that Prabhupada's books is indeed the law books, right? For the next 10,000 years. So you can share your thoughts on how you think it is true. Yeah, you can start speaking. Yes, Vanita Mataji, you've raised your hand. You can answer both question 1 or 2, or both, or either. Yeah.
Yeah, Mataji, Srila Prabhupada books help me, first of all, after being a housewife at home. Before I was a student, I used to go to college and I used to read something every day. But being a housewife, I never used to touch the books. I did not get any time for reading books. But when I came to Krishna consciousness, first thing they give us Bhagavad Gita when you go to the home program. And that's how I got learning. Again, reading. Reading is like, every day when you read, then you will improve the skills of reading. That really helped me. And these words are very simple and some are very, very hard to pronounce. When you pronounce these words, you'll be able to read anywhere. And that really helped me because I was very weak in reading. Srila Prabhupada books helped me to read nicely and to present myself nicely when I'm talking to others. That really helped me. Not only me, and Vrinda had improved her reading skills a lot by reading Srila Prabhupada books. I did not give her any books for reading, just to sight words. I gave small books. Then after that, immediately, yeah, she started reading directly Srila Prabhupada books. And she was doing it very nicely. I was so happy when she was reading like that. And this, for the second question, Mataji, as you said, we can understand easily the scriptures. And when the person asks, even though I'm not a scholar, but I also can quote and tell something. Because otherwise, only the Bhakti Vedantas who are very great scholars, they can only quote and tell, oh, so and so this. But then even though I don't read much or I don't hear much, whatever I hear, if I hear every day little, but still I can quote. Okay, you're talking about body, I can tell you this body is temporary. I can quote like that. Even though by little hearing, I'm not a Vedanta, I don't know anything, but still by Srila Prabhupada books, I can do that. Yeah.
Very nice. Very, very true, Mataji. Our reading skills, our speaking skills, everything improves because we use a lot of Prabhupada language in everything we do. In fact, like you are telling, you and your daughter, I am 40 years now, and my mother tells me my speaking skills have improved so much. And she herself says, I think it's because of you constantly speaking only Prabhupada's books. Prabhupada's books are so potent, not only for our spiritual life, even something like reading and speaking also improves drastically. That's very true, Mataji. I've also
true, Mataji. Even recently I took outside other classes, and they were so surprised how you can speak so nicely. It is because of speaking on Bhakti Sangha and reading Srila Prabhupada books. I'm very grateful to Srila Prabhupada and Bhakti Sangha for giving me opportunity to speak whenever it is needed. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Sukhasangari Mataji.
Sorry if I'm speaking too much today, but
no, the idea of the seminar is to get everybody to speak. That is the idea. Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
I just want to share my personal experience that Prabhupada's books are I mean, listening to Prabhupada in any form, like by reading his books or even listening to his classes or lectures. Actually, I think it kind of gave me the intelligence to understand what's happening around me, in the sense
Correct.
earlier I was just going to a temple because I was told to, and doing some prayers, chanting all shlokas, doing this, that, but it didn't have any real meaning to it. Now everything has a meaning. Like when I am going to a temple, at least I'm able to relate like what we've learned so far in the shastras and see it in a different light. Earlier,
Mm,
oh, I needed to do it because mom told me or dad told me, like that.
correct.
And but after reading Srila Prabhupada's books, I can kind of relate. And also, it is giving me that intelligence to discriminate what I should not be hearing to. And when I hear somebody, like from other sampradaya, or I mean, from some other practice or walk of life, speak something, I'm able to understand that there is something missing there, which Prabhupada is actually giving us, like that.
Correct.
And yeah, and so many benefits. Like it's just very calming to read Prabhupada's books. Like sometimes I just take Prabhupada's books or listen to his classes, or go through his transcripts. Like the transcripts, they've transcribed it so beautifully. It just changes my mindset. Like if I'm stressed out with something like that, I'm like transported to a different world, and it's like a stress buster for me.
True.
So many benefits like that, just by reading. I mean, I feel that I'm only beginning to realize and know a few things only because of Prabhupada's books and his mercy. Earlier, when I used to listen to some discourses, it was boring. Like I'm like,
Correct.
what are you trying to say? I couldn't relate even one word, or like I was not able to understand. Now I can sit through and listen and try to make sense of it, and try to put two and two together and see what the other person is presenting me, or does it conform to what Prabhupada is saying or not, and things like that. So and like everything has changed, the outlook has changed so much just because of Srila Prabhupada. That's how I feel, Mataji.
Totally agree, Mataji. It's the same thing here. I totally agree with whatever you said. We are transcending from ritual to spiritual every day. Yes, 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 very true. Earlier it was just a ritual. Now everything has changed so much. Why we're doing, what we're doing, how we're doing, everything matters. And even a simple, like you said, when you're hearing a discourse, initially nothing made sense. But now with what we have learned from Srila Prabhupada, when we hear something, we're able to make sense of what the other person is doing. It is also very true. I've had similar experiences. Darshini Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Mataji, I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm wasting so much time here of all the audience. But
no, we are all learning from each other. That is the idea of this entire session. It's not about a lecture, it's about learning from each other. Go ahead, Mataji.
Mataji, the first thing, like me, like I'm not talking about the complete realization, but like, just the starting phases itself of few things that I've seen. First, it was, coming to the mode of accepting things that we cannot change. Like, going more internally, externally anything, and going internally deeper and trying to, trying to do good for ourselves by changing our own mentality than trying to change the circumstance according to our situation. So that was one, like, to accept things that are not in our control, that is not in my control. And also to think to a lot of things, like, when it comes to the examples that Srila Prabhupada gives, and, even the Siddhanta when Prabhupada gives, like, when you go and talk to someone who is not a devotee, the way they see life is very different from actual life. Sometimes, especially when you're facing difficulties, you genuinely cannot resonate with them when they say, life is so good, life is so happy. If you're in sadness, then you're an illusion. So that is the kind of advices that you get, like, when counselors, the way they counsel, also taking God out of everything, like, you don't find that connect anywhere to life. So Srila Prabhupada connects God to each and every aspect of our life. So you feel that oneness, right? That you are also connected to that person who is talking to you through that book. So that was one thing. And rejecting things that are not shastras, because like a lot of us, at least for me at least, many things were just as superstitions, right? I didn't even know the meaning behind them, and I didn't even know whether we had to follow them or not. Like everyone is telling us to follow, so I'm just following it. So it was like that. But once you get to know what is right and what is wrong, you can reject things. At least mentally you can reject things. If not physically, if you're not able to, at least mentally you can reject things that are not in the shastras, and that is not humane also. Like there are a lot of practices that is still prevalent among mankind, which is not at all humane, and it's not even in the shastra. Shastras, it's just a byproduct of people, just manufacturing their own feelings or their own thought process, or their narrow-mindedness in terms of their beliefs, and someone just started it and all of us started following it at some point of time. So telling no to things that are not shastrically evident, and at the same time it's not humane. So that was one thing that I could do. And talking about like how we can keep Srila Prabhupada's books as law books for the next 10,000 years. Like for me, I personally feel by increasing the outreach and making it more like a missionary activity, right? Although we are doing it, we should be doing it selflessly. But the more it's done in a missionary way, the more outreach is more, because I have personally seen, when people take books for granted, when it is given in a very easy to get way. So if it's introduced in the preliminary stages of school, at least, even if it is not the direct bhakti books, like small books like self-realization, beyond life and beyond birth and death. So if we can introduce small books, and that can create an impetus in the person, the curiosity in the person to come and read actual bhakti books. So that's what I felt, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
True, Mataji. That's something that we have to really work on, to introduce these books at an early age in schools. That would be the best way, actually. And yes, after reading Srila Prabhupada's books, the realization comes that you cannot change the circumstances around you, but you can choose how to respond to these circumstances. Yes, acceptance of reality. Oh yeah, that really is. Srila Prabhupada's books is the only thing that can keep us stable even through the worst circumstances. Very true, Mataji. I agree with all that. Vasundhara
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Yes. Vasundhara Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Have been the most, I can say, the most materialistic human being, being part of the corporate profession. I knew nothing, just working, earning money, fame, blah, blah, blah. Till such time I came across Srila Prabhupada's books. Probably some Agyat Sukriti sometime really worked in my life. It did a lot of transformation to understand the real purpose of this human life. So that is a great breakthrough that happened in my life, is what I can say. Of course, a long way to go, but I can see small changes in my personality traits. Even be it a simple way I need to talk to someone, how do I need to kind of, what words do I need to use, right? I think twice, because to that extent, the transformation has happened to me. And even if I kind of get abuses, or even if I abuse my own family members, I go back to them and apologize profusely. That's been the kind of small changes that happened at my personality trait, is what I would like to say.
Excellent.
So the second question, for people like me, who have been like hardcore materialistic people without knowing the goal of life, this is definitely not the book for just for us. It's for the entire mankind, because what he presents is the truth, the essence of human life. What is the purpose of human life is what he covers in those books. And this is a divine knowledge that was not accessible to many of us. It's easily available to us now. So I suppose This is so divine. The precious knowledge is what I say. That's go a long way to all of us, irrespective age, irrespective kala, irrespective place, and they're going to be there existing for the mankind. So that's what I would like to say and conclude, Mataji. So I'm grateful to all the Srila Prabhupada devotees, his organization and his followers like all of you, which reinforces and brings in that confidence to people like us to continue to practice, to be able to reach the goal of life once. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. The most important change one should feel is the internal change, and you highlighted that, Mataji. Yes, after reading Shastra, after reading Srila Prabhupada's books, what change do you see? You change as a person, you become a better person. That is the first thing that happens. And thank you for bringing that out. Yes, our life, our outlook, our character changes. And Srila Prabhupada's books, we are very grateful that this topmost science, which was accessible only to the great sages and the transcendental Paramahamsas, is now accessible to us in the tip of our finger on Veda base, on a Zoom call. How fortunate we are. And that was possible only by Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for bringing out these 2 points. Very nice. Lalitangirana Mataji, here we have our important. Come on, Mataji, I would like to hear from you.
Such a beautiful session, Mataji. Thank you so much, and such a wonderful topic that's very much required for all of us. So addressing the first question, how have the Bhaktivedanta purports transformed your life? Now life has a meaning and a sense of satisfaction and a purpose to live and a goal to achieve. So it's worth living.
Yes.
Outlook, what is reality and what is temporary is making us discern so that we keep things in its place. First things first and second things second. So that way also there is a big relief of not taking things too much into the heart and cribbing for this and that has happened in life, that has not happened in life, because everything is of course temporary.
Yes.
In character, the change is there, but very gradual. I would say I still hang on with so many things, and that area is gray because I still don't know whether I have completely improved or not. But definitely I can see that become a better person, but maybe not to that extent, and the change is very gradual. And I hope I also see the need to accelerate and rush up. We don't know how many years are left in this life, and no point again taking another birth and everything. So how Srila Prabhupada's books can be the law books for the next 10,000 years? I remember this story that how Krishna once gave a yogurt pot to his friend Gopal to give it to his guru, and it was a small pot with little yogurt, and everybody else got things so much to feed 200 people, and then this yogurt bowl tips down and the yogurt falls down, even the little yogurt that he got. But when he looked into the pot again, it filled it up. So it's like Akshaya Patra. The more we take, the more it kept coming.
Wow.
So this is exactly what Srila Prabhupada's books is. Keshavananda Prabhu gave a seminar that small books are not small and big books are simple. So he gave some examples of presentations in Easy Journey to Other Planets, Beyond Birth and Death, and other things, which are conclusions of great acharyas and sampradayas. And personally, I would like to read small books a lot. We read recently we read Science of Self-Realization 2 times in a reading group. And it's so wonderful. Even I've read, that's the first book I read so many years ago. But still, when we take a small book and read, it is so gluing and we can understand. So that is why it could go up to 10,000 years, because these books are not theory. And the more we practice, we come back, we get to the second layer, like the video game, level 1 and level 2 and level 3. So like that way, when we practice what is there, at least when we try to practice and apply, then we have the experience to understand the knowledge more. And with that, when we read the second time, it is so much revealing. And the third time and the nth time, of course, when Krishna dictates something, definitely it has got to be transcendental. So probably only 10,000 years this Kali Yuga, because Kali has to come. Already Kali would be at bay and waiting. But this can again, if Krishna willing, can come in the next Kali Yuga and do this set of books. The number of Kali Yugas can repeat for golden age. That much potential.
Wow. Wow. That was like the concluding statement. Excellent. Thank you, Lalitangi Mataji. That was so nice. I really like the last part that you said, that yes, many more Kali Yugas can be dealt with if we just have Srila Prabhupada's books again and again. That was like the best part of the seminar, ending the seminar saying that yes, Srila Prabhupada's books are always existing, they will exist and they will continue to exist. And she also told us about how our outlook towards life changes so drastically with this. I agree with that too, Mataji. Very true. Very, very true. Our small things seem so important, but then once we read Srila Prabhupada's books, we understand what is of real importance and what is not of real importance. Beautiful message. Thank you. So we had the perfect conclusion with that statement of Lalitangi Mataji, and we have some statements of Srila Prabhupada. So I'll read these statements. Please etch it in your heart. In my absence, you read the books. What I talk, I have written in my books. You can associate with me by reading my books, Srila Prabhupada says. Prabhupada asks, do you read my books? You are restless because you don't read. I'm laboring so hard for you, but you don't take advantage. My duty, I have given you such valuable things day and night, trying to convince you each word to word. And if you don't take advantage of this, then what can I do for you? All right. Prabhupada is literally begging us. Prabhupada says, simply read my books and repeat what I have written, then your preaching will be perfect. This is an important instruction for anyone who wants to speak Srila Prabhupada's books, who wants to repeat Srila Prabhupada's books. All that we need to do is repeat. Then our preaching will be perfect. So, thank you all so much. I hope the session was helpful. The idea of this session is to inspire everyone to take up reading seriously and read Srila Prabhupada's books. He has given us so much. He's given us more than 100%. Even if we can read 1% of what he has written, our life will be successful. So thank you all so much. Thank you for the participation, and thank you for helping me get more inspired to read Srila Prabhupada's books. We can end here. Yes, Mataji. Kamadaki Mataji. Okay. Share. Mataji, we can end the session here.
I just had one question.
Yes.
Lali Mataji, where are all the groups you had, for reading? Remember, she had like tons of calls in a day.
I know. Mataji, you have to share again.
Okay.
Yeah, they're still going on now. Chinmay Mataji and Preethi Mataji are leading that 3 to 3:30.
I don't join at all. But Chinmay Mataji is leading.
Revati Mataji is also consistent.
Revati and Chinmay Mataji are leading. Yeah.
Can you put me on the groups, Mata, if not a problem?
Yeah, I'll tell them. Yes, Mataji. Yeah. Okay. So anybody else who wants reading calls, just reach out to me. Depending on the time and the forum you would like to get joined, just let me know. Okay?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Kamadaki Mataji.
Which group you are talking about? Or reading?
There are many small reading groups, like few devotees, they join together in the afternoon, in the evening, like that. So depending on your interest, there are many groups. We can add you to any group you like. Well, if you want afternoon group, there is one afternoon group. I know of an evening group. So like that, depending on the time of the day, let us know, Mataji, we can add it there.
Yes, we were reading here before, and then somehow it just, everybody just had different things to do, and then it just stopped. So then I said, then I have one devotee here, and they said, I like to read and we can do. I say, yes, we can do. So we read some time and then it's gone. So I said, well, it's okay. I can just read on my time whenever. But before I was reading, I read so many things, so many books, all the historical books and all the different, yeah. And then and also different Bhagavatam, different Bhagavatam, yes, different people. But then when I read Prabhupada, well, before I read, I heard the class, Bhagavad Gita. Devotee gave Bhagavad Gita class, and I said, this is nice, interesting. So then I said, just find me. I want to look in Gujarati because English wasn't so much, I didn't understand much. But so then he said, okay, we'll try. Then said, oh, it's not printed yet in Gujarati. Several times it happens, and then the devotee said, well, you have to just read in English. So then I started reading in English, but I could not understand. So I said, well, that's okay. If I don't understand, but I want to read it, so I'm doing. But that helped me to just keep on reading. If I just stop at one, I need not understand. So then there's no way to go ahead. So, but even though not understanding, it will just keep on going. And finally, Krishna or Prabhupada gave some intelligence to understand. It was very nice. Then since then, I don't read any other books, Prabhupada's books, but also some other books like you gave classes on the Gopakumar. And that Gopal Champu and different things, but it's all related to Krishna consciousness. Thank you, Mataji. Very nice session.
Thank you, Mataji. That is true. Beauty of Prabhupada's books is, okay, if in your time you didn't find a Gujarati translation and you ended up reading the English translation, and now you're like Prabhupada just makes you perfect in that. And now we have all the translations in all the languages. So,
but I don't read Gujarati translation. I just like Prabhupada's English. Because I try like sometimes giving class to Gujarati people, and for them it's okay. But so many words I cannot even understand because they have used a very high language in Gujarati, like all the professor of, and so then there's so many. It was kind of difficult. And then I go back to Prabhupada's book, Bhagavad Gita, and then I say, okay, what he's saying, I understand now. So it's very nice. Prabhupada has used a simple English language that ordinary persons like me also can understand. It's very nice.
True, Master. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, all of you. I know it's almost 2 hours now, so we have to end the call, but it was wonderful hearing from all of you. Thank you again. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय शीला प्रभुपाद की जय शीला प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक्स की जय प्रीति विलासिनी माता जी की